So there's this one time I got a giant dildo for Christmas. Now, the lead into this story is that this dildo didn't just show up randomly. It was a prank that was being passed around the job of my cousin and my best friend. My cousin ended up getting pranked with it and brought it to the house, and we would all hang out or whatever. She showed it to us. We all laughed about it. And then she was going to throw it away. Heath decided this is a terrible waste of potential, so he kept it for pranks purposes. Fast forward to Christmas of that year, which was my senior year of high school. My parents are planning on moving to New York at the end of my high school career, and they're doing one big final Christmas party for the family and friends and loved ones. Everyone's around. There's drinks. We're smoking weed. We have a fire out back. It's just a great fucking time. So they bring everyone inside to open presents. And I'm 18, so I'm not expecting anything. And I'm sitting on the couch next to my Aunt Jen. And we're, kind of talking back and forth, joking. Oh, man, you remember on Christmas morning when you were a kid, you get that really heavy present, and you know it's just a good one? We're joking back and forth. And eventually, a present gets put in my lap. And ironically enough, it has a little weight on it. So I pick it up, feel it. I hand it to Jen, and I'm like, oh, this one's heavy. It's going to be a good one. So I start to open up the box. I open up the wrapper, and I start to open the box, which is just a regular shitty cardboard box. And I can see my uncle just falling apart at the seams. And I open the box, and there's a giant pink dildo with a glorious set of balls. And it's all veiny, and it's amazing for prank purposes. But what they hadn't thought of leading into this prank, which I'll give it to them, it's a good one, is my entire family's there. Both sets of grandparents are sitting right there. My grandma Terry, was a good Baptist woman, was sitting right across from me. When I opened that box, the look on my fucking face, everyone's looking around. Oh, what's the present? What's the present? I'm in absolute horror. I'm drunk. I'm high. Jen's sitting next to me. She's the only other one that sees in the box. She's fucking dying laughing too. I look, I see my uncle, my friend, and my cousin, my brother, and my other cousin dying laughing because they are all in on this prank together. But the kicker to the whole thing is I'm sitting there in horror, and I look up, and everyone's staring at me. And my grandma Terry, this good Baptist woman, looks at me and says, well, let's see what it is. Take it out of the box. And all I could do in my shame is just shake my head and say no. And I closed that box. But here's the important thing. I kept that dildo because I'm going to get revenge. I traveled with this dildo through international airports. I traveled from Orlando to Buffalo, New York, to Tampa, Florida, to some fucking airport in New Hampshire. All with this dildo in my luggage. But the sad end of the story of the dildo is it was lost in a storage unit, and there will be no more pranks. And you know what? That's fucking life. So that's what happened that one time when I got a dildo for Christmas.